Ooh, what's going on, new money? Just want to bring you guys a quick video on my thoughts on the crypto market from the outdoor hammock. Like I said, these are just going to be my thoughts on the overall crypto market. When do I think we're personally going to see things turn around, as well as my own short and long-term Bitcoin price predictions. Of course, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'm just some dude from an outdoor hammock giving my opinion on the crypto market. Always do your own research and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Guys, right now, as I'm sure you already know, pretty much all markets across the board are down. Doesn't matter if it's stocks, bonds, crypto. Regardless, markets are down right now. And the reason, in my opinion, is because there is so much macro uncertainty. There is so much geopolitical uncertainty right now going on in the world. There's talks of wars, tariffs, U.S. economic uncertainty, etc. And markets, as we all know, hate uncertainty. So in my opinion, when do we see markets turn around? It's probably going to be whenever we get some of these questions answered around the tariffs, around the wars, around U.S. economic uncertainty, etc. In the meantime, though, guys, hunker down. Like I said, I have no idea how long this is going to last. We could keep going down a lot longer before we go up, but I have no idea. And I personally am a permabull, and here's some of the reasons why I am bullish on Bitcoin and the markets, regardless of what's going on. And personally, I think we're going to see things starting to turn around. We'll see a pretty explosive end of 2025, beginning of 2026. That would, one, line up with the past cycles and what Bitcoin typically does. And then as well as, guys, another reason I'm bullish is because we are watching right now in front of our very eyes Bitcoin go from being what's called soft money to hard money, or a risk on asset to a risk off asset. That means that a lot of people are going to start turning eventually to Bitcoin and some of the other cryptos in terms of these geopolitical uncertainties. Typically, it's things like real estate or golds or even T-bonds or other things like this that people are looking at whenever there's macro uncertainty. Well, soon people are going to be looking at Bitcoin, and there's already talks of them looking at Bitcoin like that, because it is going from being a risk on asset to a risk off asset, as it's being considered hard money now instead of just some woo woo nonsense money. Not only that, guys, but another reason I'm so bullish on Bitcoin right now, or especially this time in the market, or this cycle versus last cycle, is there are so many major institutions from BlackRocks, Vanguards, etc., which are acquiring not only Bitcoin but other cryptos, as well as major governments around the world. Literally, the US themselves are acquiring Bitcoin, or at least they're not getting rid of the current Bitcoin that they have on their balance sheets, and making it possible for us to acquire more Bitcoin in the future, as well as there are talks of other strategic reserves and other things like that for crypto that are we've just never heard of before. And even if you adjust right now for inflation, where we are, what they say inflation is anyways, because we all know the inflation numbers that are reported are just some BS number that they're pulling out of their butts and always changing the definition of. But even if you take whatever BS numbers that they're accounting for 4 years ago versus now, Bitcoin is currently where it was at its all-time highs last year, or last cycle, I mean. So 4 years ago, it was around 69,000 all-time highs. Right now, at the time of recording this video, it's about 84,000. That's about 18 to 20% higher than where it was last cycle. If you adjust for inflation, what they report inflation to be anyways is about 18 to 20%. That means Bitcoin is currently sitting at where it was at its old all-time highs. But think about all of the macro news and all of the events that have happened between now and then that make Bitcoin even more bullish. Like I said, all of the institutions, major institutions that are onboarding, the retail sentiment, the government sentiment, so much has shifted that, in my opinion, it just doesn't make sense for us to be valuing crypto or Bitcoin anywhere near where it was 4 years ago versus now. So that makes me bullish on Bitcoin this cycle, as well as cycles in the future. And now let me finally go ahead and get into my personal price predictions. Guys, I'm a big fan of Michael Saylor and what he says in 2050. If we really go super high level, I think Bitcoin is going to supersede or sort of absorb a lot of the market caps from the other markets, and a lot of things are going to be done on chain. So in my opinion, he has a $280 trillion market cap for Bitcoin in the year 2045 to 2050. I think that is not off the table for the highest end of where we could see Bitcoin heading in the next 20 years from now. So opinion, sure, long term we could see $1 million+ Bitcoin. Short term, this cycle, maybe end of 2025, beginning of 2026, where do I see things? I think it is not off the table personally if we see that $280 trillion the future for 2050, I think this cycle we could see anywhere from a $3 to $5 trillion market cap for Bitcoin, which would put it at around 160 to 250K this cycle. So guys, that's all for me. Of course, like I said, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion. This is just some guy in an outdoor hammock giving their opinion on the crypto market. Let me know in the comments down below what you think Bitcoin could hit this cycle. Am I being too optimistic? Am I being too pessimistic? You guys let me know your thoughts. Guys, this has been it from me again. This is Joe from New Money Crypto. We all know there's smart money, there's dumb money, there's old money, and years from now they're going to be calling you new money. Until then, guys, I'm going to catch you on a video soon. Much love. Peace.